In the next topic, we will see what happens when a charged particle is projected into magnetic field other than 0 degrees, 180 degrees or 90 degrees. So it is projected at some random angle. Okay, that is how the case is going to be. So in this case, observe clearly. So I am taking the magnetic field to be horizontal like this, right? So let's say the velocity vector is given in this way, making an angle theta with the magnetic field. So what can you do to this velocity vector? It can be resolved into two components. One is v cos theta and the second will be v sin theta. So with respect to the magnetic field, what is happening is there are two components of velocity that are going to exist, right? So from the previous concept, we understood that when a particle is projected perpendicular to the magnetic field, it starts experiencing a force and it starts moving in a circular path. Am I right? So what is going to be the... So here observe, there are two components of velocity. So two components of velocity. The perpendicular component is v sin theta. The horizontal component, the parallel component that is considered is v cos theta. So what will v sin theta do? We know that v sin theta will be responsible for the particle to move in a circular path. So v sin theta will put the particle in a circular path. Okay. So what will be the radius of that circular path? R will be equal to m into, if you recollect the formula, it is R is equal to mv divided by qb. So here it is going to be m into v, which v, it is the perpendicular component of the velocity divided by q into b. So this will be m into v is going to be v sin theta, the whole divided by q into b. So this is going to be the radius of the particle, right? So v sin theta puts the particle into circular motion, whereas v cos theta will make the particle move in a straight line path, because that v cos theta, due to the v cos theta, there is no force experience, so the particle is going to move with a constant velocity. So what will happen is, due to combined rotation and translational motion, the particle, the charged particle, starts moving in a helical path. So what happens is, so due to the perpendicular component of velocity, it will try to make a turn, but it will not be able to complete the turn because it is constantly kept pushed towards the right because of the v cos theta component. So this is how the particle is going to move. So one thing is clear for us. So when a particle is projected at 0 degrees or 180 degrees, it experiences no force. Means it is going to move with a constant, well, it is going to stop. It is not going to move within the magnetic field. When it is projected at 90 degrees, what will happen? It will start moving in a circular path. It is projected at any angle other than 0 degrees, 180 degrees or 90 degrees, it starts moving in a helical path, right? So there is one important term related in this particular concept, which is called as pitch. So the distance between, or I can say it like this: distance traveled by the particle, the horizontal distance, sorry. So the horizontal distance traveled by the particle in one complete revolution is called pitch. So pitch is nothing but, if I take this particle here and another particle here, it is the distance between two successive windings. Okay. So how do I find the pitch? Pitch is equal to the horizontal component of velocity, that is parallel component of velocity, into the time taken for the particle to complete one revolution, that is one time period. So what is going to be the parallel component of velocity? It is 2 cos theta, and we know that the time period of the particle for a circular path is independent of velocity. So 2 pi m divided by qb is going to be the answer. So this will be equal to 2 pi mv cos theta the whole divided by qb, and this is going to be the formula for the pitch.